There has been a ton of new footage and leaks of Disney's infamous Star Wars Galactic Starcruiser hotel, which actually looks quite promising. I'm showing you footage of what Disney has publicly released about 2 days ago, and compared to all the previews and trailers we had before it, it genuinely looks great. For those of you who might not know, Star Wars Galactic Starcruiser is Disney's new unique hotel. It's a 2-night vacation that is likely to take place in your 1 to 2 week stay at Disneyland Resort, Florida. It's a recreation of the Halcyon Starcruiser from the comics and the High Republic series of books. And honestly, just looking at the set the two people are talking on in this new trailer, it kind of looks like it had a bit of a redesign. In the now deleted previous video Disney published previewing Galactic Starcruiser, a lot of people were very critical about how the ship actually looked. A lot of people criticized the control decks behind the people, saying it wasn't very Star Wars like, and if anything, just a generic sci-fi layout. But looking at the two comparisons here, I do believe it's the same room, just being refitted. We can see some candid footage of crowds actually filling up the room, and it does look to be a little bit different from the previews we got from last year. But compared to the controversies it had in the past, this is definitely very promising. For those of you who weren't aware, fans weren't happy with the trailers published about the hotel. The actors didn't fit in very well with the scenes, and everything felt very cringily scripted. For instance, the performance from the Twi'lek Gaia was really out of the blue and generally unfitting for Star Wars. Not to mention, the experience you have at the hotel has nothing to do with the original trilogy or the prequel trilogy. The journey you have at the hotel is exclusively focused on the sequels, which rub people the wrong way considering how critical people have been about the trilogy in general. Not to mention, EcksToo made a great point that the new upcoming book about Solo and Leia, called The Princess and the Scoundrel, has their wedding take place on the Halcyon, which contradicts their wedding day in the 1994 book, The Courtship of Princess Leia. So for the past 6 months, it's not been looking good for Disney's new hotel whatsoever. But shifting over to some good news, looking at this new footage that came out in February, it's genuinely a big improvement. As I mentioned, the infamous room has been remade to look a lot more like Star Wars. I do believe it's the same room because we can see the same orange sponge protectors at the bottom of the control decks. I'm assuming this is in place to stop kids from injuring themselves. And I think one of the key points in this new footage is that it's actually candid footage. It's people actually filling up the rooms and enjoying what's on offer. In the past, we had just scripted scenes that felt really disingenuous. You know, that boring, cringy marketing ad campaign stuff you see. It's just paid actors pretending that they're enjoying the hotel, and you just don't feel the same vibe. You see real people actually there having fun, and not this Goldberg's actor that's going blah, 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 over the smallest thing.
You just met Gaia. She was incredible.
Like legit, man, you are way too animated for a really expensive Star Wars hotel. Jesus. But that wasn't the only new footage that came out about the Galactic Starcruiser recently. About a couple of hours ago, there was some leaked footage of the hotel recorded by someone. And I gotta be honest, I can't show you this in the video. Disney has cracked down hard on numerous websites and YouTube videos that have actually been showing this footage. But it's actually footage of what Gaia's performance will actually look like when you're at the hotel. None of this scripted crap. And it does look pretty good. The only thing is, I'd say it's a little bit empty. You've got a whole crowd of people there filling up all of the tables, and yet it just looks very barren. I think what would have really been cool is to see some animatronic musicians in the back behind Gaia when she's performing. I really think it emphasizes the whole crafted puppeteering aspect that the original trilogy had. I expect the leaked footage to actually go live in the next couple of days. I would actually link you to an article or a video that actually has the footage, but literally Disney has taken every single one of those down. I have a downloaded version of a video that just got taken down a couple of hours ago. So, as you can tell from the title of this video, despite all the good news about Star Wars Galactic Starcruiser, it's still bad. Well, there is some extra footage of the hotel back in December that a lot of people glossed over, I think. We see a chairman from Disney try out the lightsaber training room, and honestly, it's overwhelmingly shit. The lightsaber training segment was actually something I was really interested in because I was wondering how they were going to pull it off. You can look at the artist renditions of what the room would actually be, and it actually looks really sick. until you actually see this Disney guy try it out, and it is really, really fucking bad. All it is an IR light sensor changing direction every now and then, and you have to block the light with your lightsaber. There's no actual blasters and you deflecting stuff back at the remote or whatever. I mean, you can just look at this footage for yourself. This looks really, really bad. You'd have more fun playing a VR game. And actually, that's a great point. This should have been VR. In A New Hope, we actually see Luke put on a Rebel helmet with a blast shield in front of his eyes. And that's how he learns to block projectiles with his lightsaber. It's really cool. So the experience really should have been this Rebel helmet that you put on that is actually a VR helmet, and you actually play it that way. That would have been so much better than what we're actually seeing here. And not to mention, the previous footage of that Twi'lek Gaia singing was really awful. That's what I mean about scripted marketing. It feels so disingenuous. Almost like they're trying to hide something that they don't want you to know. But if you were lucky enough to catch the leaked footage before it got taken down, Gaia's performance, as it actually will be at the hotel, is honestly not that bad. But the bad news doesn't stop there. There is a leaked welcome video that you get when you finally book your 2 nights at the hotel. And Jesus, is it worse than what we got with the scripted video stuff. Bless her heart, I mean no ill will to the actor, but the acting was really stiff. Not to mention, the makeup on her feels really, really cheap. And it's very obvious just a green screen background behind her. And to make matters worse, you can evidently see the actor is using a back of an iPhone 13 as an hologram projector. I'm not joking. Looking at the outline to the top of the case, you can see she's holding a phone facing downwards and an obvious iPhone 13 camera-shaped emboss at the top. I know it's a welcome message that you get after paying the hotel and you watch it once. It's very clear they didn't put a lot of thought and attention into getting this done. But honestly, if that's the first video you see after dunking $6,000 on this hotel, I would not be pleased. And honestly, I think that's the biggest reason why people do not like this hotel. It just really comes down to the price. $6,000 for a family of 4 for 2 nights is absurd. I don't want to start giving out my portfolio of places I've been to, but I've been to Disney World Orlando about 3 times in my life. And for the amount of money it costs to go there and enjoy the full week or 2 weeks, it's honestly a fraction of the cost of what you're paying for 2 nights at this hotel. I went to Orlando Disneyland twice in the early 2000s and once in 2018, and every time I've gone to their parks, every experience they've given me has been outstanding, and it's obviously a lot of technology behind it as well. So if I'm going to be paying 2, if not 3 times more than what I've already paid going to these parks, I want it to be mind-blowing. And looking at the trailers for Star Wars Galactic Starcruiser, it's clear I'm not going to get that. So I get the frustration people have over this hotel and how it just generally isn't Star Wars and everything feels very cheap. But who knows, the new footage that we just got to see a couple of days ago looks really great. So maybe we could all be wrong on the situation and the real reviews of the hotel come in and it's actually a massive success. But I wouldn't hold your breath. Either way, I'm going to pass the question over to you guys. What do you think of the new footage of Star Wars Galactic Starcruiser? Are you actually impressed with the new footage they showed? Does it actually make you think you might actually go to the hotel? Maybe you're cautiously optimistic about it, or maybe you just think it's going to be terrible through and through. Let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments down below. I read all of them and I'll get back to some of you as well. But besides that, guys, I've been Charlie, you've been watching EcksToo, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care, guys.